Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think I got voice now. All right, we had no audio. They did a update to voice mod. Oh, I'm not supposed to be loading the game yet. Hold on. All right, we did this once. Got to redo it because I'm dumb and didn't double check my audio. So, just goes to show you there's more to this than the average person thinks. Also proves that this is being done live right in front of your eyes. Close this. I'm not trying to load the game right now. I'm trying to show a couple of things. No shit, you couldn't allocate textures because I force closed the game. CryEngine. Yeah, lose data. Who cares? Let's go. All right. First of all, display settings. All right, let me show you. I stream from 2 computers. One computer games, the other computer does all of the streaming. I send a cloned display to the stream computer. There is no overlays on my screen that you wouldn't see. I have one overlay that I use. I have like this fancy kill counter. It's neat. Adds production value. So you can see that I'm not displaying anything wrong. Okay? All of my OBS is on the other computer. You can't run overlay. You cannot run cheat overlays that way. You run them on that computer. Like you run your capture on this computer so that you can hide the display that's going to OBS. I'm sending my entire display. I'm not capturing a single window. I'm sending my entire display to OBS. That's what you're seeing on the stream. That's why you can see my desktop. That's why you can see all the things that I'm opening, right? Anybody who understands recording and streaming software knows that that's true. So we'll open a game. We'll also open Task Manager. We'll scroll through Task Manager. The only things I'm using, GoXLR app. That's my mixer. A volume mixer gives me these sliders so I can turn the volume up and down, control the volume of my music, control the volume of my game. I use an equalizer because I have all of this expensive audio equipment hooked up. And I don't want it to sound flat. You can see these are the only apps I have running. I'll scroll through the background processes just to satisfy curiosities. There is literally nothing in here. You'll see some Adobe stuff. I do some Photoshop work. I do some live wallpapers. That's it. All right. Well, no edits. I'm not loading anything goofy. I use the Azeron keypad. It's just a controller. It's just a keyboard. It has an analog stick on my thumb. That's what I use to move with. But all it really is WSAD keys bound to directions. So it's mimicking a thumbstick. It's just more comfortable on my hand. I used to get really bad tendinitis in my forearm from playing, 8 hours a day. Let's talk about credentials. I have a lot of time playing Hunt Showdown. I have 5,247 hours playing Hunt Showdown. I play aggressive. I push. I rotate. I shoot. I play solo that way and have managed over the years to maintain and climb my KD from like a 1.2 to a 1.38. That's not cheating. That's acquired skill, applied knowledge. That's how it works. Right? My guy doesn't think that drag shots work. He doesn't think that they're a thing. He doesn't think there's a logical reason that one would use them. Anybody who's watched me over the years knows exactly how wrong he is. I use them all the time. I accidentally just loaded into a game instead of the shooting range. Jared, thank you. So this guy thinks that there's no reason that somebody would perform what I call a drag shot over a flick shot. And what he fails to understand is that most people's flicks miss because of micro adjustments. Micro adjustments you could have made by strafing before you pulled the trigger, instead of trying to granular control your mouse in a way that's very difficult. This is not the most intuitive thing for your hand to use in the manner that you use it in. Because like what people don't understand is you create a natural arc when you move your hand from left to right. You have to try to like consciously even that arc by moving your wrist, right? Like some players like me have fancy mice that can adjust the XY coefficient so that it has less up-down movement on that arc. My hand still moves in an arc, but I move relatively even on the Z, or the Y rather. This being like X, Y. Right? I don't use anything stupid, any kind of third party anything. But like we know where people are likely to show up. People are likely to show up here. People are likely to show up here. People are likely to come from over here. They usually reveal themselves right over here if they're coming from that way. People are likely to just be over here running straight across. If you use those points of knowledge to inform your gameplay, I'm going to extract because I didn't even want to be in here. Maybe I'm not, because this is the spider. Maybe we'll get a fight and we can actually demonstrate live. But I just wanted to go into the shooting range and demonstrate some aiming techniques. But since we got the boss spawn, we can go ahead and try to like force a situation. Probably get killed in a stupid manner trying to force a situation as a demonstration, but if anything, it'll just prove that like I'm legit. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not pulling your leg. I'm just trying to tell you that like just because you don't have a mastery of a thing, just because you don't understand the reasoning for a thing, does not make it invalid. Like, your attempts to apply binary logic only work to things that you have a full grasp of. You don't know enough to understand how little you know. How easy it is for you to be incorrect. I'm not saying that there are no cheaters who will hunt Showdown. There are. But they almost all run in clans. Those clans have names. We all know what they are. Most of the time when you see suspicious actual cheater behavior, their names are all squares. Or they have a clan tag in front of them. There we go. We'll see if we can land some drag shots. Since they, there's no tactical advantage to it, and it's not a real thing. Only people with trigger bots would do such a thing. You would never sweep across an area that you think the enemy might be. You would always just sit like an absolute trash can and a bot. You would always just sit in one spot without moving and try to hit a flick shot that you're very unlikely to have the actual mechanical skill to make if you sit like a bot. So here they are. I've got a clock and them moving left to right. They're right on the other side of this mound. I can hear them. I don't know how much of that comes through on the audio in the stream, because I don't hear the stream. They've gotten past me. They triggered a horse out here. So they've gone to this compound. Here they are, right there, running right to left, right to left. Where you at? His partner's over here. Too much elevation change. We're gonna catch him over here. Because we know they're coming. There they are. Right by his head. Guaranteed. Like, I'm just gonna take the shots. I'm gonna step into the shot. I aim near where I think he's gonna be when I pull the trigger, and step into the shot. And what I don't want to do is stand still, right? Like, standing still gets you shot. Standing still trying to micro adjust and aim to the last second and shoot one bullet, like, it's just not good. Trust that you know where he's at and can hit the target while moving. He's hiding back there in the corner. Some bullshit little corner he's hiding under. They're scared. Typically, when you're in a fight, like, people aren't standing still, and neither are you. So, just flicking isn't all that effective. For one thing, strafing stops your weapon from swaying. Okay? It averages your weapon movement. think that somebody was going to climb up on me. I just want to catch this dude peeking something while I strafe him. Trying to force this. It's not good. Here he is. We just saw him. They're gonna hide inside and make this difficult. Trying to show off the strafe shot or drag shot, as I like to call it. You literally drag the shot across them instead of trying to micro adjust and missing. They're running, aren't they? No? Hiding inside. Which is also another reason why you use the flick shot, the strafing shot, because people are fucking cowards and they sit and try to just sit there and just wait until you walk into their crosshair. So like, flick shotting works, but it is less reliable than stepping into the shot with a strafe. The dudes are literally just staying inside. Oh, now they run. Now they run like bitches. Figures. Yeah, we should have just extracted and went to the shooting range instead of wasting all this time. But we're still going to make this clip for this guy because he's dumb. So I've got some clips that I know have the scenario in question on display. You can see my hands. You've seen everything that I'm running. You can tell that I'm not fucking cheating by my stats, by my play style. You know anything about anything. If you're being intellectually honest, you know what you're looking at. I almost hit the button again. Shooting range. We're using no kind of goofiness. You might think. Trigger bot or whatever it is this dude thinks it's going on. Let me see if I can make my hand bigger in this video. Hand cam. We're gonna put my hands over here. Okay. Now, a USB stick. Reasons. Right. So when you try to make a flick shot, a lot of times you land especially because of weapon sway, you land off target, right? You'll land with your crosshair or your iron sight just to the right or just to the left of a target. Well, a good way to solve that problem is to simply know which side you're gonna like favor, and just favor one side instead of like make bold adjustments. Instead of making micro adjustments, make bold adjustments, right? So if I find that I'm typically just missing headshots by sailing over people's shoulders, then I just need to figure out where if my aim is going left or right of center and step into my shots. I mistimed that because like I'm talking and trying to demonstrate, right? So also when a target is hiding behind cover, you just remember where they are and try to step out into the shot. So like I know he's like here, but when I step out I'll miss if I keep my aim there, right? Because it moves. But I know he's like right there. So I'm gonna step like this. And I'm much closer by keeping my aim back here as I step. I can step out to where I see him and then step all the way into the shot. But you can try to claim whatever you want to try to claim. You can see my fucking mouse. I have a button right here. This lowers my DPI to almost nothing. Right? That's what that button does. More DPI, less DPI. That's it. I'm not even using it. My thumb's not even on that. I know where that target is. I know where he's gonna be. So I strafe across the target and pull the trigger as I get the visual confirmation. I don't have to make a wild flick shot to try to hit him, which I'll hit very few of if I'm moving. I can hit them, but I can't hit that head like I should. Where if I line up my head height and stay evasive, I can make a bold adjustment from here to him and step into the shot. You might think it looks like a snap if it's done really fast. You might think it looks like a trigger bot if you've never practiced the execution of your different types of shot. You can perform this kind of shot, corners, if you know where someone is, right? And get wall bangs off soft cover. That's a hard thing to understand, but you know, you can just know that he lines up behind that as I'm strafing across. So I can take a really close wall bang at him, specifically through that post where it's hard for me to see too. But I can use that as like a marker to try to line up my shot on him. Right, so like I know that their head height is about right here, so I would just lock in. If we peeked each other, I'm locking in on your head height, and then I'm trying to catch you on a counter strafe moment right at the corner. You know, right there, right there, right there, there, right there, right there, right there. And so that bullet basically went right between this post in that corner of that wall because of where I was standing when I took that shot, right? Like, no, not quite, but it went right next to the wall. Like, it was like this, right? And that's because I know about where that head height is. Once I line it up, I'm not moving this. You have to understand, this prevents weapon sway from fucking up my shot. So I step into the shot. And I will still miss. But not nearly as often as if I flick shot. Especially under duress while trying to stay evasive. Like, this is the typical kind of, like, mindset of somebody who just literally just wants to do this to you. They think that this is the only kind of, like, legitimate shot that you can take. And if you're not, then you must be cheating, because you would never. Why would you ever risk taking a wild play, making a wild push? Why would you do that? Well, let's go here. I have in here 164 different clips spanning from January to a few days ago. In the very first clip, you can see exactly what I do in most engagements. Note, I spotted him. Like, I heard him. I know he's behind me. That's why I stopped and turned around. I heard him. I know he's behind me. I remember this fight. He was chasing me through the woods, and I got out here and stopped and turned around, knowing that he would think I kept going. And I'm going to re-engage on him right here as he comes across. I see him, and I start to line up for head height. Note that I am not flicking towards him to shoot. I am lining up for head height. Look where I did. I line up, and I step left. I shoot before I get to him because he's moving right. He's going to intercept the bullet. Understand how the game works before you start levying accusations about people cheating. You don't know what you're looking at. You'll see it again here. I saw this guy go by. I'm waiting for him to peek. He doesn't re-peek. I heard him make a throw. I'm like, man, is he going to pop up here? Over here? Is he over here? I'm not sure. He's got the bounty. He's moving around. Oh, look, there he is. Okay, we shot at each other. He tried to stand still and flick shot me. Right? He stopped when he saw me to try to flick shot me. What did I do? You can see what I did. As soon as I realize he's showing, I aim, I adjust up while moving left. Then I step left again into the shot. He hits me. Saw the aim punch knock my head to the sky? He hits me, but he doesn't get the kill. Because he didn't headshot me. I headshot him because I spent the time I had to line up on the head, like at head level, which doesn't require me to stand still. I can adjust up and down and not be worried about left and right. I can move left and right and bring my target on and off target all I want to. It's fine because I'm aiming for head height. Then I'm stepping across the target to pull the trigger. I'm stepping into the shot. I'm not pivoting to make the shot. Understand the difference between adjusting from here to here. All right, I'll do it here. Adjusting your shot from where you're pointing here to here versus adjusting your shot from where you're pointing here to here. You see the difference? One maintains a line of shot. The other completely changes your fucking trajectory and perspective. Like, the point is to line up on locations. You line up on the location where the enemy's head is going to be. And you pull your sight across the more you try to flick, the further you have to aim when you try to flick shot, the less accurate you're going to be. Flicks are really only good, in my opinion. This is just how I play. My flicks are really only good for follow-up shots and for, like, tagging teammates. So, like, I'll let the dude number 1 walk out. I'll wait for dude number 2 to show himself. I'll take the shot at dude number 2, switch, and try to hit quick flick shots in the other guy's direction to give myself time and space. Like, if I hit him, great, but if not, whatever. I'm mostly doing it for the suppressing effect. I will almost always step into my shots rather than purely flick. I have hit nasty flick shots before, but I am always surprised. I'm always like, oh damn! How the fuck did I hit that? It's different. Like, it's a whole different thing compared to when I know where the guy is, and I line up and I drag the shot across him. I'll be like, ooh, nasty. Ooh, get fucked. Like, it's not the same thing. It is a much more difficult skill to be consistent in flicking from, like, here to here. I can get sort of close, but if I just add a strafe to that, I'm on target. Almost like dragging my sight is more effective and more consistent than turning my sights. Much easier to tell where everything is in relation to your aim point when you just drag it across your target. Much more consistent, much easier, much more reliable. Just because you don't understand how or why a thing is employed does not make it invalid. Your logic is flawed. You need to go back to school. You're remedial at best.